This episode of Overreaction is brought to you by Racetech.
Motocross fans, it's time to overreact. When I think about Millville, I think of the Whoop Monster, I think of the Martin brothers, I think of those big giant hills, and I think of the best dirt on the circuit. That's right, when it comes to soil, it is the best, no question. And you know who really liked the soil? It was Tom Vialle, who was 1.6 seconds faster than everybody. You know how gnarly that is on a 250 to find 1.6 on everyone? But he did it, he was ripping. And in the 450s, man, I feel so bad for Jason Anderson. He's your fastest qualifier, but he has this moment, which is just hilarious. I've watched it 100 times, but we do need to have a flagger discussion. I think it's a 5-alarm fire. I think it needs to be addressed right away. This has to be better. This is 2 weeks in a row, so tough break for Anderson, a little embarrassing, but you were the fastest qualifier. We need to talk flaggers. All right? All right. Let's drop the gate in Millville.
250 Moto 1, sponsored by Scott USA.
All right, 250 Moto number 1, Chance Hymas. He's your big winner at Redbud a week ago. You got Hayden Deegan, your points leader. Tom Vialle is the fastest in qualifying. But when the gate goes down, it's Casey Cochran. He has it, but he doesn't. Hayden Deegan ends up slipping up the inside, making the pass. And for Hayden Deegan, he starts checking out, but he goes down. And let's be honest, this dude has gone down in maybe half the motos this year, okay? He's had some big ones, he's had some small ones, and of course, he gets up and recoups. He's got like a 50-point lead, so I guess it's okay and working. I think that's a trend that needs to stop because, again, he gave away a moto. He gave this moto away right there. He was gone. Joe Shimoda is on the gas. He makes a move on Hayden Deegan. He's going to the front. And for Joe Shimoda, let's talk about the hierarchy of the 250 class, okay? With Justin Cooper, Hunter Lawrence, and Jet Lawrence now out of the class, Joe Shimoda is the next guy. He's supposed to be the next guy in this class. When I see him making moves like this on Tom Vialle and Hayden Deegan, to me, that's what it should be. That's probably why everyone's disappointed, because the expectation is that he should be the guy. And he proved it right there, that he can blitz right through these dudes. But he makes his way to the back of Levi Kitchen and runs into a brick wall. Great defense by Levi Kitchen to kind of thwart his effort. And then, of course, comes the help. It's lap traffic. And look, I feel bad for Joe. He definitely got screwed right here. But if you're a privateer and you're battling for 20th and you're trying to get points, I'm sorry, but you don't move over for the blue flag. It's motocross. There's a wide track, and these guys are way faster. They can find a way around. So if you're just out there poking around, then yeah, get out of the way. But if you're in a battle for something meaningful, I say you stay in it and just keep riding, and that, unfortunately for Joe, that's what happened. And for Joe Shimoda, it goes from bad to worse because now you have Hayden Deegan onto the back of you. He makes the pass, but for Joe Shimoda, I'll give you this credit. You fought back in one of the sickest passes. I mean, from out to in, cuts across, makes the sickest pass back. It wouldn't last long. Of course, Hayden Deegan does charge back and makes the pass around him on his way to third, but kudos to Joe Shimoda for fighting back. And if you're Levi Kitchen, look, you're in that lead pack of 6. All right, they've stolen every single podium this summer. You're in that group, but you're the only one in the group that doesn't have a win, and you get a big one here. So a big bounce back for a guy who made a mistake in that moto and bounced back and won it. So clean moto, nice moto for Levi Kitchen.
250 Moto 2, sponsored by Mika Metals.
All right, 250 Moto number 2, and Mother Nature came to play. All right, she wanted to get involved. She wanted to have a little fun, and she did. But you know what? This track was almost like built and designed to take it. It was already kind of firm. The rain wasn't enough to ruin it, so it ended up making the track kind of cool. I do feel bad for this guy. I mean, first off, just to have this happen, number 1, that sucks. Number 2, to get it caught on camera and on live television, that sucks too. And then even worse, to have it brought up here on Overreaction. I mean, God, the trifecta. I feel sorry for this dude. If you know who he is, let me know, and I'll send him a Main Event Moto sweatshirt. My man, I'm sorry. All right, 250 Moto number 2, let's talk about this start. Get it out of the way right now and pull the Band-Aid. This was a 100% racing incident. It's a right-handed first corner. These guys are wide open. Foot is off the rear brake. It's muddy. The only way you can blame Chance Hymas for this is if you think he has like superpowers or something and he can actually at 40 mile an hour kick Hayden Deegan's front tire out and take 10 people out. If you think that he has those superpowers and strengths, then I don't know what to say. I can't argue with you, but otherwise, it was a 100% racing incident. Casey Cochran out front early. I'm thinking, bro, run for your life, and he's just chilling. He is just chilling, calm, cool, and collected out front, just cruising away, low intensity. I bet his heart rate's at like 140, just chilling, walking away. While Tom Vialle has his sights set set on the win. Unfortunately, he sees Deegan go down. He says, man, hold my beer and watch this, and he hits the deck as well. And I'm telling you, man, this guy's had 4 or 5 crashes this year. If they just win another way, this whole championship looks different, but unfortunately, that was another one. Hayden Deegan making his way through the pack, probably thinking, what a terrible day. I mean, he did give up points the first moto on his own. Now we get the first turn crash. He's losing a bunch of points, but in reality, Chance Hymas is out. Shimoda's in the mechanics area and out. Tom Vialle, mechanics area. Masterpool, first turn crash. You are gaining points, man. He's actually opening up his points lead on this terrible day, so it's actually a good day. You would never go on the podium and say something silly. You would never do that. Wrong, wrong. My man is a habitual line stepper. Straight up, just foot in mouth. Bro. Nice work, Dylan Schwartz, Suzuki rider out of California. Of course, SoCal kid ripping in the mud. Go figure, that makes sense. And you got Casey Cochran holding off Levi Kitchen. Kitchen was coming, he was faster, but Cochran playing great defense. And again, he's just super calm. Like, nothing gets to him. He's super even-keeled, like, really, like, mellow demeanor. And even in this battle, like, never freaked out, never panicked. And, of course, Levi Kitchen is going to go around and make the pass and get by. But for Casey Cochran, incredible day and incredible, just, again, demeanor to just sit there and battle and not even freak out about it. But for Levi Kitchen, he obviously freaked out over the last month, and he puts down a 1-1. He needed that big time just to kind of slap back on everybody and just remind himself that he's one of the badder dudes in this class. Or maybe it's just the hair. Maybe it's just the hair, bro. I'm just going to say it. Look like a clown, ride like a clown. You look a little bit better now, I guess, so you get the win. But, I mean, my man, maybe that's all it was the hair. And for Casey Cochran, there's this group of 6 that have taken every single podium this year. He's the first to break into that with a 2nd in the moto and a 3rd overall. Nice work, Levi Kitchen. Nice work, Hayden Deegan. And nice work, Casey Cochran.
450 Moto 1, sponsored by Guts Racing.
All right, it's 450 time. Shout out to Race Tech, EMT Racing, Mika Metals, Guts Racing, and Scott USA for being partners with the Overreaction Show. I'm looking at Hunter Lawrence on the gate. Bro, you have got to do something this weekend. You got to go 1-1. That would be nice. But even a 1-2 or a 2-1, just match him and kind of give that life back into the championship, because right now it's feeling a little Chase Sexton. And when the gate goes down, it is Hunter Lawrence who checks that box like he always does. He grabs the whole shot, and now he's got an opportunity. 35 minutes, he's out front. If he can come back, bounce back, and win this moto, everything feels different. And he was riding good early, but unfortunately he had Aaron Plessinger on him in the early laps. And I'm thinking, Hunter Lawrence is probably listening going, I know that sound. I know the sound of that bike. It's supposed to be Chase Sexton. It's actually Aaron Plessinger who is on rails. And then eventually Chase Sexton would figure things out. He was kind of off on half the track and then really good on one half the track. But once he pieced it all together, he got aggressive, made the pass on Aaron Plessinger, but then took a while to get to Hunter Lawrence, just kind of creeped his way at him, and then eventually would go on to make the pass and just dominated. I mean, just went on a run. He looks perfect on the bike. He looks strong late in motos and just went on an absolute smash. I think he's a little bit different than Jet Lawrence too. Jet likes to win the race by managing it. He does exactly what is needed just to get it. Where Chase Sexton, I think, is saltier. I think he really is saltier. I think he wants to put a whooping on everybody just because he's got kind of a chip on his shoulder. So he just whooped him that moto. I mean, that was dominant. He smacks everybody. And for Hunter Lawrence, it was a pretty good ride. I mean, he checked out from everybody else, but as he said, he was a little off in the rollers, just black and white. He's about a half a second off and 10 minutes off. Not what it felt like 2 weeks ago, but that's where it is right now at the end of Moto 1.
450 Moto 2, sponsored by EMT Racing.
450 Moto number 2 on the gate. Hunter Lawrence, you got to get this win, man. We got to go 2-1 and match him, keep the points tight. And when the gate goes down, it's actually Justin Cooper who grabs the whole shot. That's going to end up playing a role later in the race for Hunter Lawrence. You got Chase Sexton, who is actually buried in the pack. So the opportunity is there for Hunter Lawrence. You got to get around Justin Cooper early, sprint away, and hope to run from this boy because Sexton is buried. You got Aaron Plessinger riding the bull at the rodeo, man. This guy was all in, jumping down the hills, wide open, making moves, and unfortunately, he would go down, but in the 450 class where it's starting to feel a little flat, we need entertainment, and the good old cowboy comes through. He does go down, he's okay, but that was some awesome riding. I'd like to see it like that every week. I mean, AP, when he lets it go, he's very fun to watch. Unfortunately, this one got him. Hunter Lawrence took way too long to get by Justin Cooper. He sat behind him for way too long. Finally gets impatient, makes the move, but the problem is Chase Sexton had already made his way right up to the back of them, so of course he's going to go by Justin Cooper right away, and now you don't have that gap that maybe you could have built early in the race. Instead, you're under fire, And Chase Sexton just makes a gnarly pass, makes the move, and again, takes off early. He's not waiting around. He gone after an aggressive pass, after a flex, after a this is my championship now, after 5 moto wins straight. And look, this week on the Daniel Blair Show, I'm going to talk about the word asterisk and what the word asterisk means in a championship, because I do believe there are asterisks for sure. I just don't think they really fit and apply to Chase Sexton. Not in the Faulkner Championship on 250s, not in the Tomac Championship last year, and not in this one either. I'll explain this week. But for Chase Sexton, it was an incredible day. It was a dominant day. And for Hunter Lawrence, just hang in there, bro. Just stay the course. Don't change. Let's be honest, Chase Sexton crashes a lot. So if you're Hunter Lawrence, just hang in there. Just 10 more motos. Just knock them out. And you never know. One of these might go your way. But otherwise, today belonged to Chase Sexton. Plain and simple.
Main Event Motomerch.com. Main Event Motomerch.com. Main Event Motomerch.com.